Hi folks, welcome to Community Pulse. I'm your host Brian Lamore. On today's show we'll be talking about the 4th annual Chalk Up Helena. It's a wonderful event for kids of all ages, skills and abilities. On Saturday, July 16th, downtown in the Trolley area, you will be able to reserve a square of downtown sidewalk in which you can create your art, and it can be for children of all ages, all skills, all abilities. Now this is offered through the Helena Public Art Committee, and they have so much that they do. This is just one event, and we'll be talking about several of their events and a number of different things that they've done for art here in Helena. Of course, we have wonderful guests on this show. We have with us today, we have Carol Swanson, you're with the Helena Public Art Committee, and Vivian Hayes, you're the chair of the committee. Vivian, let's start with you. We got a Helena Public Art Committee. Interesting title. What are they all charged with doing?
We have a mission of the Helena Public Art Committee to promote public artworks in the Helena community and to inform residents and visitors about the many pieces available to the public for their enjoyment.
Oh, that's neat. That's quite a mission.
It's quite a mission.
And how many people are on the board, and how do you meet this mission?
We have about 8 people on the board, and we do have a vacancy right now for an arts organization person. We need one more member.
Yeah, so if people want to get on this, they can go to your website or call your telephone number, and imagine it's a very high-paying job.
It is a volunteer position, but it's a lot of fun.
That's right. Well, now you do a lot of activities in Helena, and you've had a lot of past successes. What are some of the things that you have done to bring art to Helena in the past?
Carol, do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
We've had some two recently. One of them was the Butte and Sanders Traffic Circle. It's called Take It Easy, and that was installed in August. And then September 27th was a dedication for the band shell, the new band shell, that the painting that was on the band shell. And the Helena Capitol Band will be playing there next Thursday, so if people haven't seen it, that would be a nice thing for them to see.
Or just drive by and take a look.
Exactly.
It's right off the road there, isn't it?
And it has 3 icons from Helena: the fire tower, the state capitol building, and also St. Helena's Cathedral.
Oh, that's really cool. And I know that, what is it, Thursday nights they have symphonies in the park, and you can go and see that.
Yes, the Helena Capitol Band. They just had their 100th year anniversary, I think.
That's right.
Wow, yes, that's right, they were on. Yes. Well, you know, we have some, we're talking about the Chalk Up Helena, and we have some great photos here from past Chalk Ups. This first one, we have a family doing some art. You know, you can see the sidewalk. Now, this is on the downtown walking mall. It's up there by the trolley, and it's a great family activity, isn't it? What can you tell us about kind of like the groups or classifications of individuals who do their
There's
art?
4 different groups. We have the 10-year-old and younger, and they'll get a 3x3 square. It's $5 for them to register. The 11 to 14-year-old group is also $5, and the 15 to 18 is $5. At 19 years and older, professional artists and family is $10 per square. You can have 2 different sizes. There's a 3x3 or a 4x6.
And as this picture shows, it's a lot of fun. I mean, the gal is just really happy with her art that's on the sidewalk, and there's even some writing down below describing what the art is. So it's a fun time to be had by all, right?
It is a fun time. The setup time is 9 in the morning. You can work till 3. And then we have the judging at 3 o'clock. We give awards in each category, plus there's a People's Choice Award for each category.
So you have professional artists review these, and they go with their 4 categories, but then the public gets to vote also. So that's really nice. And like this young gentleman, quite an interesting piece of art on the sidewalk. I've seen some things on YouTube where people do amazing chalk on the ground.
Yes.
Don't they?
Yes. We have a link on our website to some of those.
Oh, great. So we have a website, and what can they find at the website? You have a registration form, right?
Yes, the registration for Chalk Up Helena. We also have on our website different projects from the past and some ideas that are coming into the future. So.
Well, now, Carol, when we talk about Chalk Up Helena, this is chalk, only chalk. Don't
Only
bring your
chalk.
own paints or anything else, right?
Oh no, please don't bring your own paints. As a matter of fact, we're hoping that the artwork that's provided would be appropriate for all ages and for the general public. And we would hope that no words or symbols that to be intended for advertising. It's not an advertising. This is more just as a creative process and not advertising. And we would hope that people would just use the chalk that we provide.
Right.
We do provide the chalk, so
And boy, we have some new colors, some exciting colors
hot, new, bright colors.
that we've never had before, so this will be very exciting. So we're hoping that people just bring themselves and their creative ideas.
Well, I remember my nieces one time, I bought them how to draw Mickey Mouse characters, and my sister got them the big chalk, you know, that you do for that, and they did it on my mom's driveway, and I was very impressed with what they could do. So, you know, you don't have to be an accomplished artist. You just have to go down and have fun, right?
It is fun, yes.
And it's fun to see the people. I know when I went down there and brought my golden retriever, it's like, stay off, stay off.
And we have
You know?
been so lucky with the weather. This is our 4th year of doing Chalk Up, and we've always had good weather.
Yep. So you can take pictures, but it doesn't last too long. Eventually, you know, it goes away. That's the idea of chalk, right?
The rain will take it off.
The city is wonderful too. As they clean that whole area before the drawings are put on, so it leaves a nice surface for them.
Yeah. Well, that's great. But now there's a deadline. People need to apply so that you can lay out the number of spots, right? And you can have enough chalk. Could you tell us more about that, Carol?
Well, last year we had 100 entries, so that took up most of the trolley block. But of course, we would love it if more people would come, and then we would just continue down the street. And so it's better to have your drawings ahead of time, what you're going to do ahead of time, so that we can plan how many slots for everyone, the sizes, and where everybody's going to be located.
Now, the artists do their art from 9 to 3 o'clock.
Correct.
Then you have an hour to judge, and then at 4 o'clock, we start looking at doing some awards. And Vivian, what are those awards, and what do they get, and what are the categories again?
We have trophies in each category. We have gift certificates from downtown Helena in each category, and it's 10 years and younger, 11 to 14, 15 to 18, and 19 and older families and professional artists are in the other group. So there's many awards, and it's hard to pick. We get a lot of good artwork down there.
It is. You know, we could only show 3 pictures here, and I'm amazed at how accomplished a lot of our artists are, and to generalize, a lot of these are young people, and it's like, wow, where are they going to be in 10 years, you know? And I guess that's sort of a purpose of the committee, too, is to stimulate artists, right, in order to bring them to the medium so they can continue in it, right?
That's right, and the chalk is a completely different medium. It's got some elements of painting, but it's really quite different.
So we're taping this a little bit early so that people have a little bit of time in order to figure out what they might like to do. Could you maybe comment about what are some of the things you've seen when you think back and you see the art on the ground? If there's some people out there thinking, well, I'd like to do it, but I don't know what I'd draw.
People will do nature kinds of things, and some people do animals. There's fantastic animals and just regular animals. Flowers, there's a lot of garden type things. Just all kinds of different categories.
We know you start talking, we've got about 6 hours to create the art on Saturday, July 16th. It's on cement. Are there some little tips about maybe being easier to draw on cement that you might want to bring with you?
You have to use a lot of chalk. You're going to get chalk on your clothes and yourself. But it's also, you don't want to go too big, because depending on how much of the sidewalk you use that you color in, you have to be able to fill in as much as you want in the time frame. It's what's going to be really nice about these new colors, because they're very bright, and this will be a whole new experience this year.
That's great, but I imagine like something like knee pads would be nice.
Couldn't hurt.
Absolutely.
Lots of water, maybe lunch.
And we provide water, and Yeah, there is a lot of sun in some of the spots, and it can be really hot. So you probably want to prepare for not getting too sunburned.
And I think the first picture we showed, it looked like a family that was there.
Yes.
And that's got to be a lot of fun, right, Carol?
Yes, yes, very much so. We encourage families to absolutely come out. Last year we had a family that did Up, the movie, and that was very clever.
Oh.
Very clever.
Oh, Up the movie. I haven't
Yes.
don't remember. Don't remember that one.
Very clever.
So, oh, that's neat. Well, let's kind of go over everything again one more time. We're having Chalk Up Helena, and Carol, or Vivian, can you kind of give us some general guidelines for the artists out there so they can understand what's expected of them, registration, and what the art is?
You have to register by the day before, and you can start at 9 in the morning and go till 3 o'clock. Then we give the awards at 4, and like we said, appropriate art so that everyone can view it.
And no commercial
No
logos,
No.
words,
No.
designs, things like that. So, and the deadline is the day before. Is it 5 o'clock on July 15th?
I don't know that.
Well, we hope that everyone will have theirs in, but we would not discourage anybody from signing up the day of.
Okay, the day of.
The
too.
day of, yeah, that
if
would
they,
be fine.
We do have some last-minute registers.
Yes.
Yeah, but the trick is, I know when you put things on, it's like how many chunks of chalk
Yeah.
do you get, how many sets?
Well, we do the squares the night before, and we always end up having to make more squares the next day.
Well, that's a good problem. And how many people about last year?
We had
did that?
100 people last year.
People, wow, that's a lot.
So
of
it really
great
is,
art.
and we can expand down the block if we have to.
Have more sidewalks.
So everybody should come who wants to do it. It'll be fun.
We know now this is brought on by the Helena Public Art Committee, and Vivian, there's more that you do as kind of like exhibits, or you allow artists to show their art. One of them is coming up. It'll be the open studios, which is really an interesting thing to actually see where art is created, the factory, which is, I imagine, unique at every location. Tell us more about that.
This will be our 3rd year of doing the Open Studios tour. We have 20 studios that are going to be open. They're all over town. We have all different kinds of artwork. We have painting, sculpture, ceramic artists. We have quilters. We have a doll maker. We have glass beads, fabric art. So there's really something for everyone. And you just visit these individual studios. It's going to be September 10th, and it's an all-day event. We also give prizes there, too. So something to look forward to.
So the prizes for the cleanest studio?
Well, the prizes are actually the people who register at the studios.
Oh, okay, that's great. Now, is there will there be a fee to do this, or a charge?
Oh, there is a charge. The artists pay, and I don't think I have the figure here. Do you know, Carol?
I don't think that's been determined yet.
Okay, but it's the artist's thing that they to have theirs on in their studio as part of the tour. They pay a
Correct.
nominal fee.
We
for
also had a
advertising.
woodworker last year, too, and that was a really interesting studio to visit. I think that for the artists, it's a good way to get name recognition. They've told us that people come to their studio, and sometimes they'll come back, and later on they'll make a sale. So it's also people are interested in seeing how artists work in their studios. We have gourd artists too,
Wow.
and so there's it's things that you wouldn't see normally without having access to the studio.
Well, I wondered, as a generalization, are artists neat people? A little messy?
Oh,
or-
some
I'm
are-
not too
some are.
neat, but some are very neat.
And some are not at all. And so it's very interesting to see that contrast. And it's also interesting to see just what's around their studio so you can see their creative process. That's just as amazing as their art to me.
Yeah. And I imagine for other artists to go see an artist studio to see how they create, it's got to be fascinating to maybe imitate, how
You
they
do get
are successful.
ideas, you
Yes.
do, yeah.
Oh, that's neat. That's really cool. Well, now we're drawn to a close on the show.